Okay, how's it going, guys? We are here in the postcard portion, and this video is going to show you exactly how to set up a postcard campaign, exactly how we do it with high conversion rates. So, first of all, this place right here, macromark.com, is where we get our leads, and this is going to be the pill and stick labels that you're going to put on your postcards. This is the place we get them. So go to macromark.com, search data cards. This is where you're going to go. You're going to go to business opportunity buyers, and we use a couple criteria when we get here to buy our leads. So first of all, you're going to scroll through. There's pages and pages of opportunity buyer lists right here. So we're going to click on a few. So let's just I'll click on this one. First criteria, we go right here and we go to unit of sell. It's going to have a low and a high. Sometimes it'll have an average. So the average or the low needs to be at least $50 to meet our first criteria. The reason it needs to be 50 because that means that the person that bought from this list paid at least $50 or more. And that's very important. We got to stay on that line. If it's $49.99, we got to back out and go to a different list. So first criteria, $19.99, not met. We back out. We go to the next. At home publishing. So we go here, and if you haven't got a paper and pen or a text doc up on your computer, do that so you can write this stuff down. Okay, so first criteria. Average $40. That's not 50. Back out. Go to the next. And when you're picking the list, when you click on one, you're just going to have to eyeball it. See, you know what, that looks good. That's something I might buy into. Here we go, average. That's 50. So that first one meets our criteria. Second one, we go up here. We're looking for some keywords is what we're looking for. So let's see, several home-based opportunities. So I mean home-based opportunity, money-making offers. That's a good one. Direct mail. That's a good one. So you're looking for certain keywords. So this might be one that we would like. So we're going to go up here. We're going to get the name. You're going to do this 8 to 10 times, so you have 8 to 10 lists that you could possibly buy when calling. So on your piece of paper, write automatic cash program buyers. Write it's above $50, and then write some keywords. So what's going to happen is when you call Macromark, you're going to say, hey, do you have the automatic cash program buyers list available? And they might say yes, they might say no. So if they say no, you're going to be like, okay, I need to go to the next one on my list and see if that one's available. Because they may not have the list that you want available, and this is a good thing for us because the list that I buy is not going to be the same list that you buy. And so that's what makes Macromark so good, and that's why when I found this, I knew this was where we should get our leads because they're very targeted and nobody's getting the same thing twice. And that is why just this information alone is worth the money you came in at, $14.97, $34.97, or wherever you came in at. And so continuing on, you're just going to keep doing this until you have 8 to 10 lists. This may take you half an hour, it may take you a full hour, but for the return we get to get into this program, it's well worth it. So let's do a few more until you get the gist of this. So click on this one. 59 meets first criteria, low end. So work at home. There's a good keyword. Confessions of postcard million. Okay, so postcard millionaire. This is list for our postcards. That's going to be a good one probably. So you're going to take that name down, write that one down. And that's going to be another one. So once you have your 8 to 10, then you're going to make the call to order your postcards. And I will have all of our contact information right here. And so that's the criteria we use when we first start looking for our list. I go through this criteria every single time I buy a list from Macromark. So we're going to pull up the text doc. So now you have your 8 to 10 a list of lists that you want to get, and now you're going to call MacroMark. So here's MacroMark. We use a lady named Erin Delaney, and she did get married, so her name may be different. And you just have to ask for Erin Delaney, they'll know who it is. Or here's her direct phone number, so you can call her direct. But when ordering, ask her for lists that are 30, 60, or 90 days old. 60 or 90 days preferably. This means we're not going to have our postcards hitting in homes with other programs. It's going to be our postcard, hopefully not hitting houses on the same list if we're getting these 30 to 60 to 90 day old lists, because they're a little bit fresher, and it's the conversion rate's a lot better that way. And most people that do postcard campaigns don't even know this information, because she'll try to sell you whatever is in her best interest most of the time, but if you tell her exactly what you want, then that's what you're going to get. And they'll tell you that you need to get 5,000 postcards minimum. You can actually get 2,000. So if you just tell her that you're with the Rod Stenson program, she will know what you're talking about, and you can get 2,000 instead of 5,000. And make sure you get them on the pill and stick labels. Make sure you get them on those, because it's just easier to put on the postcards. And here's the instructions on how to get your postcards made. So what I do is, this is just the easiest for me. I go to Staples, but you can go to any of these places, whatever's in your local area. You're going to want to buy premium cardstock, pastel vanilla. I mean, you can do it in different colors if you want. Not that big a deal, but this is what's converted well for me. And this is the name on the front. Get it in the 110 weight, 250 sheets. We'll do four postcards per sheet. That's 1,000 postcards. So it's around about 14 for the paper, for the cardstock. From where I buy, it might be a little lower, a little higher where you're at. But then you're going to get your message printed, and then they'll cut them for you. So say it's at Staples, they will actually give them the paper. They'll print your message on your postcard, and you're going to have 4 messages per sheet of paper, and then they'll cut it into 4. So you'll have 4 per sheet. And the messages, just for an example, will look like this. So this is just an example, and this is one of the things that we do that actually make our postcards jump when in conversion. We get a Sharpie, fine tip Sharpie, and you look at your pill and stick label and find the name and say his name's John. You just put "Hi John" in the top left hand corner of the postcard, and that makes your conversions go through the roof because it seems personal. And this is the message you can put. This is one of the templates. This cheap, simple postcard makes me $14.97 a day every day. Find out 24/7 webinar. And you can put your website name. And what I've actually been doing, I've actually been putting just my phone number that says text me for if you want to ask questions. And I'm getting a lot of people just shooting text to me. So if you want to do that, you don't have to. You can put your website right here. But I've been putting my phone number too. And then your postage right here, and your pill and stick label right here on the back. So that's what the basics of what it's gonna look like. And obviously, go get your stamps at your local post office. And yeah, this right here is important. So make sure you're sitting down and you're writing the leads' names. The conversions go through the roof. Takes a little bit more time, but it's well worth it. Okay, and when you get all your postcards done, you get your pill and stick labels put on them, and you're ready to send. I recommend starting out sending 500 postcards a week until you get the hang of it and you get used to the flow of leads coming in, and then you can ramp it up from there. It's a personal choice, but I recommend everybody starting out with 500 a week. And this is very important too, the day to send your postcards. We send our postcards out. We send 200 on Friday, 200 on Saturday, and 100 on Monday. This way, we have our postcards hitting houses on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. We don't want our postcards hitting Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, because people are in weekend mode. They're not going to pay attention. They're more into the work week and reading their mail and stuff on those other days. So how I do it is I will prepare all my postcards the night before. So when I'm sending them on my Friday, on Thursday night, obviously, I'm going to sit down, and sometimes I have my kids help, and we're going to put all the labels on, the postage on, and I'm going to write the names on the front. So I prepare everything the night before. I try not to waste time. I'll put on something motivational. I'll watch a video on YouTube to keep me motivated. I will, listen to an audiobook. Or, if it's Sunday night, then I'm watching football, and I'll just do it while I watch Sunday Night Football. So just find something motivational, or just don't waste time while you're just use your time wisely while you're putting your postage and your stamps and everything on your postcards. So make sure to write all of this down, and this information should be just for you and the people you bring in. And we don't want just everybody knowing about this. This is good stuff. People paid a decent amount of money just to see what I've shown you right here. So obviously, if you're a little bit confused or have left something out and you're not 100% sure what you should do, contact your sponsor. If you're with me, obviously, contact me, and we're going to help you through everything. So if you get stuck, you get confused, contact your sponsor. They'll point you in the right direction, and we will get your campaign set up. So that is all we need to do for the postcard campaigns, and this one is done. Thank you.